Ladies and gentlemen, my name is fucking Uncle Warren, the fucking guru. I don't know if you've been living under a motherfucking rock or not, but I am also the CEO of fucking Exit Liquidity. I also have a 24/7 live DeFi fucking radio station. You can go to Exit Liquidity right now to check it out. It's also going to be on fucking Amazon Alexa pretty soon. An AI music group by the name of Exit that is also on Exit Radio too. Let's hear some of that shit real quick, because you know I'm gonna go ahead and share before we get started.
I've been getting rich with Solana. Ooh, we made a hit going on up. I can tell a lot been going on.
With that being said, let's fucking go.
I'm gonna see, so you don't get confused. You can now publish P&L per token, so that's what this is. And
oh shit! Hold on, I'm gonna go check that out.
Do it, it's negative.
Yeah, man. Okay, so first of all, I wanted to say, like, not a lot of people are honestly aware a lot of times, but like, you know, you've been cooking this shit, like you literally been coding this, and like I don't know if it's because most people are like hiring people from overseas and like they're weary of having like dialects of Indian being speaking or something, but like it's great fresh air to finally talk to a person who's like, or like a team that's like now revealing the developer like he's out. I just wanted to throw this out there because I just read recently and I kind of been using this in conjunction with your actual bundler, but there's a tool that essentially allows me to take a CA address, place it into this Telegram bot, and it essentially will do an audit of like every single wallet in the contract to let me know who's in P&L loss. So theoretically, if I come in like, you know, at a play where the dumps happen, and if it wasn't such of a strong dump to the point where they're like only like 60 or maybe 45 or 55% down, it allowed me to determine that most of these motherfuckers are going to hold for me regardless until they get to their initial investment. And to know that you have leverage on knowing that you can basically, one, like you said, the whole bulb map things collides with that, you know, because they're gonna look at bulb maps first thing and they're like, wait, oh, it's clean. No, I know, because I'm in the other side with the snipers and they're trying to like determine like, you know, 3-second, 4-second time stops and like, you know, the same shit. Like, and by the way, before we launch that, did you already do your mixer on this? Because like, I love that mixer, oh my God. Like I saw that for the first time, bro, like a load just let off. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I told that, like, I showed that to a couple people, like, yo, can you believe Coinwave got the fucking safe mode unlocked? Yo, the biggest people that are in the quote unquote cabal of bundlers, they didn't even respond back to me. They were speechless. Because you don't have to at all worry about looking at the charts if you wanted to, because everything is symbiotic into that dashboard right there. And you know, it's so interesting, to be completely fair and honest with you, because you're in the side tactical things of this getting things done from a developer standpoint, but I was also taking in some interest from recently, actually, seeing how when the Exit Liquidity steps up to the table, not only the things that you're doing in the software is causing some psychiatric shit to happen in their brain, but they're also tied to the fact there's particularly maybe a CT or a post that maybe be going viral, and you have no idea how much demand, I mean, how much pressure, like pretty much using this tool, you could come in, I've done it actually a couple days ago, it was actually lovely. You could use this tool and basically let the demand build up because of the actual CT news that's already presentable. By the time it reaches, you know, XYZ market cap, flood it a little bit and then keep doing it back and forth. And you wonder why all of a sudden, like, the pressure of the contract doesn't give enough demand. It's because it's being farmed. Now, let me ask you a question, and this is something that, you know, you may or may not know, but from your experience and just from not only from a marketing, so not marketing, but a more of a developing coding side of things, but also from just a financial side of things as well, would you say the market caps from 3,000 to say about 250, 300K are essentially about that huge PvP chunk right there? I mean, it seems like those are the farm zones. I mean, or is that, you think 500K below, or what do you think? And speaking of that, right, I know we had a conversation earlier in regards to the volume, right? Now, the tactic that you just showed, right, in regards to those delays, does that take presence of the also volume generator too, or is that kind of like this kind of killing two birds with one stone, or? Right. But, you know, that's what I was going to say. This is the first 20, though. If I'm not mistaken, this is, the bubble maps is only going to be able to detect the first, what, 20 to 40 wallets, right? If I'm not mistaken. I mean, not in particularly in the program. I'm saying like actual bubble maps themselves, right? Like, are they analyzing literally only the first like 40 or 50 wallets specifically? You know what I'm saying? You see where I'm going here with this? Because think about it. If you're only having to do the 30, 40, 50, whatever, then I mean, this is why personally, I like to deal with particular projects that already were dumped already by somebody else. It just doesn't have to meet an all-time high of like fucking 600K and shit, and then you have all these fucking people that are trying to exit out and shit. You know, you find a project like that, 90K dumped down, right? You got a shitload of wallets that are basically are not even out of the play. You don't even matter. You come in and like a thief in the night. You know what I'm saying? So theoretically speaking, what we're trying to do here as far as this update, right, is essentially manage it with the boys that are essentially coming in with the bundles rather than, you know, as far as being bundled in rather than doing a CTO play where you're just generating the volume and then, yeah, got it. Yes, it's a lot harder, definitely, to determine, I guess, you know, if you have a whole bunch of wallets and time duration. I mean, damn, I mean, even if it was, like, the shit still gets so crazy in the markets. Think about it, like, who would have the time to go to bubble maps out for the 700th wallet? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I guess, you know what? I just wondered what would be the, or I guess it's a time thing, an RPC thing, because currently it takes me about a good, I guess, I don't know, say about 1.5 minutes to really consume a nice contract with a lot of wallets in it just to determine, because it spits out an Excel file. But man, if I had that in real time, you know how much dangerous would it be? Now, by the way, just so I can kind of give some leverage as far as what's going on, this is the mixing shit that I love. This is crazy. It's like performing the fake 10-1. Like, when I saw that for the first time, I was first concerned. I was like, wait, did I do something wrong? And then, yeah, exactly. No, this is amazing. So I mean, I don't want to go into the details, but you're literally just basically cooking before you actually deploy. You know, you're really just shaking the shit up so that way, once it does fire, as clean as possible. But if I'm not mistaken, and again, you know, let me know if I'm wrong, but this does seem to me that we're doing a lot of pre-production, especially in 2025 going into 2026 with bundling to the start of things. You know, you got to find the great meme, or you got to either CT it. Even if you CT it, you got to worry about maybe doing another TG because these bots are not going to funnel into something that's a clone, you know. So it's like all this pre-production, even from your side, right, that you got to do, rather than musical chairs jump in where you think the floor's not, you know. So let me ask you just something about this, because I wanted just to see, some bots work a little differently. Like, so some bots, like, you could, let's say, have like 5 soul. If you generate, let's say, 100, 200 wallets, it would necessarily need a distribution amount. So let's say if it was going to fire off, let's say, 0.3 per wallet, and then of course, after that, it would shoot off like not like a bundler, but it would do 0.3, 1 buy. And then it would sell like 0.4, and then it would buy with them the next wallet, maybe 0.2, and then sell twice again, you know? Is it distributing the funds in the background so you don't have to use as much liquidity, or do you have to have a shitload of liquidity just so that way it's fair distribution? Like basically, are you having to, like, do you have to bring 100 soul for 100 wallets, or can you bring 5 soul and let it distribute like a mixture in the background with all these wallets so that way it's looking like it's coming from, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so that particular case you saw there, like say 20 wallets, you know, 20 soul, and you do, let's say, mix between a minimum of, let's say, 0.5 and 1 soul, then it's going to take from that. Is it specifically taking from the main, right? The main wallet? And then it just, boom, then distribute the Solana to each and every wallet. Now, I'm not sure if you saw, I think you did maybe, but there was this like little like example that I showed you, this manual build-up tool that, like, I don't want to show their name, but that I think I sent you a video for, where these guys basically were adding the wallet from a main wallet, and then they would sell. But then what happens is the sale would essentially go back to the main wallet, but it would basically be reused, like in case you see what I'm saying? Yeah, so that way you don't have to essentially distribute to 100 wallets. It basically is just using the one wallet to continue to like sell. It'll go back to the main, and then you want to buy more, it's buying from that main instead of having to be in the wallet. See what I'm saying? That's what they were essentially doing manually, right? And yeah, I was like to myself, wow, that's interesting. No worries, no worries. I was just talking. But okay, so right now, where you see things like next forward moves? I mean, we did some updates. Do you have any other like milestones looking to accomplish coming up? Speaking of seconds, just a little FYI, and I'm gonna throw this out here because it's like a little thing in the sniper world. Cause I be in there just chilling sometimes, but they have their shit set up to be like literally 4, 5, 6 seconds as no movement. They'll automatically sell. That's a really good tactic to use on your charts because just like how you did the interval, you could set the interval up for like 9 seconds. So that way, if there's no movement, those snipers are gonna basically auto default out anyways. I had to like sit back and like really like take it down. So okay, so let me just break this down in like nigga terms, okay? This is basically what's happening, right? Is you are seeing the actual market cap bonding curve prior to the actual launch, which allows you to have leverage to know that in the moment that motherfucker gets above 10.09, hit that sell off button because that's your self farming. Boom. Period. So basically, in a nutshell, like we have the ability to basically come into plays where it's presumptively like bonding curve, delete, and then boom. If you wanted to, you could just boom have that dev wallet, basically in Phantom. Buy in, maybe do a trigger. It comes off with a couple triggers. Set your create bundles to come back in with your delays, where they're going to paint the charts at the same time if you wanted to. Like there's like a lot of different marketing tactics that you could basically do within a matter of seconds with many different wallets, basically. Essentially, what is at the end of the day creating a game plan to create volume. Basically, that's if that's because that's your floor. You're dealing with all these tactics to create your safe haven of a floor. I mean, you do have, like you said, times where people will front run to a little bit, but these guys are not knowing what they're front running, so they're usually flying out at 50-60% profit everything. Yeah, they don't know what they're fucking doing. They're just like a shotgun bullet. It just hit leg on accident. I'm curious to see those volume metrics that a lot of times that you're getting like in these Discord groups or whatnot. I wonder how like real valid they are. Like I mean, where this information? Because it's not like Pump is really having an API that's giving you this shit. Like, is it really accurate? All right, cool. That's definitely one of the things to allow people to essentially know that you're not just going to be throwing these wallets out here. I mean, and honestly, to be honest with you, like let's be real. Like volume at the end of the day sells coins. Like a fucking chart could be dead and then the tweet could be diabolical. It doesn't fucking matter. If there's no fucking volume, they're not gonna give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson himself could have dropped the coin. If it's got no volume, it ain't gonna sell. Yeah, which makes, I mean, just out of curiosity, and we'll wrap up our convo here. But I just wanted to come to you and ask you too, like being in the game when it comes to this stuff. When it comes to specifically volume, have you seen those market movers that are like essentially like pay to play volume movers, with like Vitality and shit like that, where you're like basically paying for like a plethora of wallets to come in, like $8, $6, like 14 of them at a time, and then just continue hitting the market. Which is, how is that? Is that something that is plausible on a side where you could do it locally, or is that something more like it just takes a lot of RPC power to do, or what? Yeah, it's like I see the charts hitting it with like 7 to 9, 10, maybe $15 with like 15, 16 wallets, and then you'll see it come out, and then another 6, 12 wallets come in, $5 come out. But it's literally doing it specifically just for volume, just to bring volume in. I know Fatality Bot, they're doing theirs for like, I think it's like 3.5 SOL, and then they'll go for like 1 or 2 hours. And yeah, Market Maker. I'm wondering if it's doing a thing where it buys in, distributes to another wallet, maybe sells, buys in again, something that mitigates something, because I know it's not profitable when it comes to specifically just maybe the Fatality Bot, they might get 20% or 10% of whatever they're bringing in from the actual buy, but its whole job is literally just to bring in transactions. It doesn't do anything it doesn't hold any positions. It just literally sells positions. It's like a bump bot, but like 20 of them at the same time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what we're doing here is absolutely game fucking changing. And honestly, I honestly feel like the future of this thing is going to be obviously crazy 2026, but where I feel where this takes the cake, to be honest with you, for me, I mean, a lot of people have their different perspectives, but for me, I like this in the pump swap world more than pump fun world for me personally. Just because I'm the type of person that finds like a CTable coin and it's like basically already done with by the other previous developer. Like all the bundles are out, everyone's down 60%, and it's like, oh, I'm the reason for the reversal. You know, you know what I'm saying? And it's yeah, yeah. So it's like, and these motherfuckers are not gonna sell because they're down 50, 60%. So it's like a win-win situation, you know. But that's where I come with the play. But everyone has their, you know, their goose with everything. But yeah, definitely, I'm gonna have a link in the description, of course, and like people can definitely drop a ticket. All of us will be able to be included into that conversation, so everyone can have the education just to ask questions and still have that technical help too. Facts. And I'm gonna continue with this. Like, what we'll do is, I'm gonna try to maybe Wednesday we lock in. We'll talk about maybe some other things that's going on. I just want to give them a little sizzle because it's been a little bit of time since they've seen it, and now we're just gonna hit the ground running like nonstop, like pow 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 pow, like fucking what's her name? Oh, when you hear pow 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 pow, what rapper, girl rapper do you think of? Sexy Red. Bow, 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 bow. You guys have a wonderful, blessed day. I'm gonna go ahead and start editing this thing up, and I'll talk to you guys soon.